How's it going, guys? This is the Core 3 from FightingGamesOnline.info, and I'm back with another fighting game tips and definitions. This is basically now going over starters, enders, and extenders. All right. So by now, you should have a grasp of creating combos with your basic attacks and canceling them into special moves. But I want to go a little bit more in depth and give you a clearer picture possible. Just want to dispel as much confusion as possible. All right. Remember that combos are situational and there are a lot of factors involved like meter, special abilities, or countering opportunities. Based on these factors, different outcomes are going to occur. You're not always going to get a super flashy super move finish, and so it's important to think about when and how you should use your combo sequences. All right. In Killer Instinct, the definition used to describe special moves that are used to complete a combo string are called enders. Enders can pretty much apply to any fighting game, as in most cases, you will most likely end the combo with a special move or a super. The key things you want to do when considering what your ender is going to be is pay attention to what the special move does after it lands. Special moves are not always designed to cause an immediate knockdown. And of course, and a good example of this is Ryu's Fireball. As you can see, his Fireball does not knock the character down. What it does is it kind of pushes them back in a, I guess, pushes them back into somewhat a neutral space. I can't really, I think it depends on the character itself, but as you can see, the character in question is getting pushed back from the fireball, but he's not getting knocked down, right? So if you recall, Ryu's best position is in the mid range, and so as an ender, this in some ways makes this okay special, but only against certain characters. Using that ender on a character like Dhalsim is, in my opinion, a bad idea because, as we discussed, Dhalsim's best position is much further back, and we don't want Dhalsim getting into his best position, right? So what we essentially want in this particular situation is to stay close to Dhalsim as possible, which means we need to look at an ender that will allow us to do that. All right. So first, I'm gonna try ending with the Tatsu, right? Yeah. So first, I'm gonna try ending with the Tatsu, right? And I don't know, you know, not too bad. It stays pretty close to the opponent. Um, you know, you notice that it's the opponent gets knocked down also, and you're also, of course, close enough where you can have a good mix-up advantage, right? So yeah, you might think, yeah, this is pretty good, right? Right. Now you may be thinking that this ender is probably useful, but I wouldn't be so sure, right? Remember that this attack can hit certain areas, right? That attacks can hit certain areas, right? We have high, mid, and low. So where does this special move hit, right? So an attack, let's see if this attack lands with a crouch, right? Because of course, an attack can land with your opponent either crouching or in a standing position, right? So let's put them in the crouch. All right, so let's do the same thing in crouch. And of course, what do you notice, right? That he's having problems ending with the Tatsu, right? Don't matter what it is, he's having issues with it, right? So if you do a combo and then your opponent is in the crouching position, using that special move and it misses, you're going to be in trouble, right? So ending with the Tatsu isn't the best choice as it's only required as it only works with a standing opponent, right? So that won't work. But we do have two more tools that we could probably consider. So let's try Ryu's Donkey Kick first, okay? I forgot what it's really called. All right. So, oops, I'm forgetting the move. All right. So, the donkey kick causes a knockdown, but look how far back it puts your opponent, right? And this would work against a character that needs to get in close, but not Dawson, right? Sure, there are ways to get in close, but seeing as, there is a quick rise system, and I just don't see Ryu making it in time to really maintain an advantage. So I think, the donkey kick is not really that great idea, right? Because even if I do something unique like this, just don't know how much time I'm going to make it, right? So let's pass on the donkey kick, right? This leaves us with one more option, a dragon punch. All right. Oops, I messed that one up. Oops. So as you already probably noticed, it's like it basically kind of gives you enough time to kind of walk up to the player. Um, doesn't put you right on top of the player, but it puts you close enough that you could probably start another mix-up, right? Now, of course, I think. Oops. I believe the more you add to this combo, the further it does push you away. So that's also something to think about as well. Yeah, it seems basically like the best option to go for, when you're basically, I would say, in the standing position, right? So hopefully, you now have sort of a clear understanding, um, about enders, right? Now, while most special moves make good combo enders, you'll be surprised to know that some make pretty good starters as well. All right. Starters are basically special moves that can be linked into. And oftentimes you'll find starters in the EX variation of your specials as well. Karen has this ability in her V trigger state as one of her moves and allows her to hit the opponent overhead. All right. So let me just kind of give you the idea here. So as you can see, it links in that. Whereas, and it's kind of the same move, but as you notice here, it's not linking. But when I do it here, it links. All right. Cammy also has the ability to do this with one of her special moves. As fighting games have progressed, developers have created additional mechanics that allow for what I like to call extenders. In most cases, extenders are found in your EX and super moves, allowing you to continue your attack. Most extenders will come in the form of a juggle, a term we'll cover in the next video, additional hit stun, a special canceling mechanic, or even a stun state when you're looking to push your damage as far as it can possibly go. Take some time to figure out what kind of enders you can do with combos once you have figured some out. Maybe look to see if your character has any starters in their toolset, and then finally try out your EX moves or super moves to see if they have any moves that could potentially extend your combo.